You live, brother.
We're putting out a call to the warrior in you, to the healer, the lover, the magician, the king, the queen in you. Every single day we are called to our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and take your place. The battle is everywhere and it's right in your face. Let's go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, yes. Power. Yes. I am. Yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes, to yourself. Yes, I am protected. Yes, I am master. I am relaxed. Greetings and welcome, family, to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. I am your host, Uncle Hanky, also known as Ankh Rising Sun, Magnet Man, and we're going to have a fantastic show for you tonight for your personal empowerment, activation about this Saturn Jupiter conjunction and how you may thrive in these trepidous times. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge all the audience now and in the future. Thank you for being born. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for surviving the airport adolescence of our youth. So we say, as gods and goddesses of existence, the kingdom of heaven is within you, my brothers and sisters. So, this particular paragraph of our lifetime, we have to be aware that we have a book, many lives. So I say, yes, I am forgiving everyone and everything in my past life. And I ask that everyone and everything in my past life, please forgive me. And in this life, yes, I am forgiving everything and everyone in this life. And I ask that everyone in this life to please forgive me. In that being said, want to call on the forces of nature that live inside of us, that live inside of me. Calling on Elegba, also known as Ganesh in India. Calling on the goddess of love, known by many names. Oshun, Diana, Venus, Heteru, the love goddess we acknowledge and invite to be on this platform. We call on Mother Ocean, Yemaya, to be with us. We call on Olokun, Deep Water, to be with us. We call on Shango, Obatala, Ogun, Ochosi to be with us. And together we say, Ashe, Aho, and so it is. And
Ashe.
we invite the presence of ascended masters calling on Archangel Metatron to be on this show, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Michael to protect all our family and loved ones. Because family, this is a time that people are suddenly leaving the planet. So embrace your children, your loved ones, and your friends with the angel of protection, Archangel Michael. Archangel Gabriel, angel of strength, be with us. Archangel Raphael, angel of healing, be with us. Archangel Chamiel, seraphim and cherubim, be on this show. We also invite the presence of Yeshua. We invite the presence of Melchizedek. We invite on this show Enoch, the Ethiopian. We invite Mother Mary, Black Madonna. We invite Sanat Kumara, Seraphis Bey, Kathumi, Master Himalaya, call on Saint Germain, Nikolai Tesla, Wilhelm Reich, Townsend Brown. We call on our Atlantean ascended masters of the land of Mu, be with us. Call on Sheikh Amadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibufal, the latest Christ born in the Congo, Simeon Toko, and his angels, army of black angels that chased the Belgians out of the Congo. We invite onto this show Quetzalcoatl, White Buffalo Calf Woman. Want to invite Nat Turner, John Brown, Chief Osceola, Chief Geronimo, Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, Chief Seattle. Or I'd like to also invite Shroom Master, Dr. George Washington Carver, Shroom Master, Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master, Harriet Tubman, Mary McLeod Bethune. Want to invite all of them to be with us and your ancestors who's serving heaven's delight. Love is the only reality, day and night. And together we say Ashe.
That's it.
Ashe.
All right.
Archie.
Ashe.
Yes. So I hear a siren going by. Glad that we made our transition into the live part of the show. Lloyd, what is Jupiter, Saturn conjunction, and what is this all about with the solstice? Tell us, please.
Well, actually, you do better asking the astrologer in the house, which is Miss French, whose specialty is astrology. But I'll tell you this: if you look at the numbers, Saturn is an 8, Jupiter is a 3, and these are numbers that represent the past, the present, and the future.
Thank you for that. Kaya, help us out. What, as Marvin Gaye would say, what's going on? Talk to us.
There's a lot going on. Jupiter is Saturn will be the closest it has been in many, many years, over 800 years, and then you have it. They're always coming together about every 20 years. So this is nothing new. It's making it a great, great conjunction because whatever Jupiter does, it expands. It makes it big. It makes it, more than what it is. It's like a bigger picture, but yet we still have to understand what's going on in this bigger picture. So when you have Jupiter in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, first of all, let's go back into Jupiter in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn. So Saturn in Capricorn is like the military, the discipline, the foundation, the structure, the boss, the CEO, the government, getting your bookkeeping, your finances, the structure of your home or the foundation has to be built. So if you're working, so this is the time now to really start on that blueprint, that project that you're going if you haven't already. When Jupiter is in Capricorn, it's at its fall. It's more lazy. Saturn is like, well, Saturn. Capricorn is like, I got the agenda, I got the plan. Jupiter, I need you to come on and bless me with this energy so we can get moving to the next higher grade. So Jupiter, like, wait a minute, I'm trying to sleep. Just hold on. Let me get some rest real quick. But Jupiter and Capricorn, really it's about flourishing what you have been doing, making things make sense, making things count, making things make change. So you really have to work for this if you really want something to come back to you. So like Lloyd always says, did you send the ship out? You didn't send the ship out, you're going to get time to kind of return on investments.
Thank you for that. Family, I want to introduce for the first time on the platform of Magnus Crystals and Pyramids, a brother I hold dear who is a Jedi trainer in the Silva mind method. I'd like to invite onto the show tonight for the very first time, family. Give him applause. Our brother, master teacher, Tony Mitchell, Silva Mind Control Method instructor. Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
platform, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
What I do is I teach people how to change their brain frequency through what is called the Silva method of self-mind control. Now, the Silva method is a method by which you can use to demonstrate entry into the subconscious mind. And as you all know, the subconscious mind, out of the subconscious mind, we create the reality that we experience. Let me tell you how I got started in this. This will make it more clear. I decided when I left college to get into the acting profession. I came to New York City and enrolled in an acting school in Harlem at the Alfan Theatrical Ensemble. As you know, as an actor, you are a starving actor until you can get work. I was not in the union. I didn't have an agent. I had no prospects for a job. My girlfriend had taken the Silva Mind Method course and told me about it, how powerful it is to create what you want. I took the course and started visualizing to create an agent, because up until that time I had no agent. And if you don't have an agent and you're an actor, you're unemployed all the time. So I was programming my mind, and it took about a month and a half. I met an agent by coincidence at a Silva Mind Control introductory lecture Wednesday night on 5th Avenue and 39th Street. I was talking to an actress in the room, and she pointed him out to me because I didn't know who he was. She said, Tony, tonight there's one of the biggest commercial agents in New York City here tonight, Mort Schwartz. So I went over and introduced myself to him. And he said, well, I don't know what I can do for you. You're inexperienced. You're new in the city. You know contacts. But come up to my office Thursday, bring your picture and resume, and I'll see what I can do. So I went up to his office on Thursday, had like about a 5-minute meeting. And I figured, well, he wasn't so impressed, but at least something was happening in the direction of what I wanted to go. So about a week later, the phone rings one morning. And it's Mort Schwartz's secretary. She says, Tony, do you want to go down for this national TV network commercial for Budweiser beer?
Wow.
It's an audition downtown on East 44th Street. I said, yeah, I'll go. My first ever audition, didn't know much of what to expect. Walked out of the elevator into a holding area of about 20 other actors going for this one role. And I had to portray the part of a football player in a scene that was going to be shot down in Tampa, Florida, with the Tampa Bay, not the Buccaneers, but the Tampa, Florida Blazers at that time of the World Football League. So I did the audition, went home, and got the call back that day. Myself and a guy named Bill Overton, they narrowed it down to 2 guys, me and a guy, Bill Overton, and we did a second interview audition, and when I left that audition, I had a good feeling about it because I was programming all the way. Before I went and I programmed that they would choose me. So as a result of what I learned with the Silva method, the first day comes and goes, no call. Second day comes and goes, no call. I said, well, if I don't get it, at least something is happening in the direction of what I want. Third day happens, no call. But on the 4th day, at about 4:30, the telephone rings. It's Mort Schwartz's secretary saying, Tony Mitchell, congratulations. You got the Budweiser beer job. And from that point on, I had success after success, all due to the techniques I learned in the Silva Mind Method. So I teach people how to manifest their dreams, how to manifest their desires, how to go into that subconscious area of mind, how to release limitation, how to release negative thinking, and reprogram the mind with the beliefs, the attitudes, the feelings, decisions, and choices that everybody needs to manifest the dreams, the realities, and the successes that they want.
Thank you for that. Which rolls right into the having Lloyd and Kaya explain what is so special about this winter solstice, and how often does this um, Jupiter and Saturn alignment and winter solstice. I mean, what is traditional about winter solstice, and what's so special about the Jupiter Saturn alignment? Kaya and Lloyd, we're gonna bounce this all over so that you can tell them, help the folks out, because everybody's stressed. They want to stick us with a viper vaccine.
I see where you're going.
You know, uh, um, folks are concerned.
I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going, brother? Yeah. So Lloyd, Kaya,
Yes.
talk to us,
Yeah.
please.
Well, one of the things has been the big talk about Monday, because Monday represents the first day of winter. These are called cardinal signs, such as
Mhm.
Aries, that's spring; Cancer, that's summer; Libra, that's fall; and then we have Capricorn that's coming up on Monday. But what happens is the phenomenon is supposed to be, because as Kai correctly says, that Jupiter and Saturn normally meets every 20 years, but this one will be the closest. They'll almost be kissing cousins. They'll be just that close. And
Mm.
this phenomena hasn't happened in 800 years. So
Wow.
to me, it means that people will start growing up, and people will start thinking of expansion. Growing up, in other words, Saturn is the father of history. Saturn is the father of father time. In fact, anytime you see going into the new year, they'll always have a picture of an old man with a staff. That's Saturn, okay? And then the child coming into the new year. So that's kind of like Jupiter, the baby, and stuff like that. So it just simply means worldly changes. Now, if people think they're going to be transformed on the 22nd of Tuesday, they'll still be the same, unless, all depending on their actions. But it speaks a more wider, larger phenomena in terms of the shift of the paradigm, the way we think, the way we do things, that
Mm.
Kai can explain more.
Mm.
Talk to us, Kaya.
Uh,
Capricorn, please.
So can somebody can somebody help me out? Let's go back to the ABCs, right? So how does the movement of the planets, how can that affect us in the way that you're describing? And well, okay, yeah, there's so many different directions to go after that, but can we just start with that?
Well, to me, these planetary shifts are subtle. They're not like what we see on television, where everything is instant gratification, just add water, where bam, in a couple of seconds. A lot of these planets are slow. Some of these planets are referred to, as Kai will tell you, generational planets, like Pluto. It'd be like, 30, 40 years. A Neptune is 100. I mean, all these planets take a very long time. Those are generational, because we speak every 33 to something odd years, which is supposed to be representing each generation. But it is supposed to be subtle and influenced. And then this is why you need to go to a professional astrologer like Kaya, who can look at your chart. For example, happy belated birthday, Baraka. That, or is it coming up
Thank
on the
you,
19th?
thank you.
It's coming up on the 19th
No,
or
it
the
just
1st?
no, it just no, it just passed
Yeah,
last
on the
week.
1st,
Thank
right? Or the 10th.
you.
Okay, but anyway, so what a person like Kaya or other professional
Yes.
astrologers would do is the exact time to find out how your sign fits in with the cosmos as it happens. So, for example, with Jupiter, the good luck planet, always getting a sign for 1 year, it is about to enter the sign of Aquarius. So, all Aquarians, but to a greater or lesser degree, will experience the influence and the shift of that planet. Saturn is the planet that makes you grow up and deal with reality. It gives you what is called a reality check. So you learn the easy way or the hard way. Well, that's what Saturn does. So in the real life, where you can fool around if you want to, when Saturn makes its presence, it makes you get your act together. So it's going to be a reflection of the time for growth and personal development, and yet at the same time for Aquarius and I guess other air sign related signs such as Gemini, such as Libra, they too will, in a minor way, but not in a major way like Aquarius, begin to feel the benefit of this. And things normally denote good luck. When Jupiter enters a sign, in fact, any person that goes to an astrologer, they always want to know where is your Jupiter, because that's where your fortune lies. Okay?
Oh.
Yes, always where your fortune lies at. And
With that being
Saturn is
said,
the Saturn which deals with your karmic debts and things of that nature, which Ms. French can explain further.
so is this a good time to with that conjunction to play the lotto?
If you have Jupiter in Aquarius, you
No
may want
doubt.
to.
Oh, go ahead, Kaya. Let it rip.
If you have Jupiter in
We want to see
Aquarius,
some money.
so if you have Jupiter in Aquarius, or if you're a Jupiter in Aquarius right now, then that would be a good time. You know, depending on what degree is at, what stage of your Jupiter in Aquarius is at. And then you have what I find significant or to me wonderful is that you will have Saturn and Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius. On the solstice of the winter, you will have Mercury and the Sun in Aquarius. Well, it's going to be in Capricorn, but everything will be at 0 degrees. When things are at 0 degrees, that's everything is in there. Everything is inside the circle. Everything is outside of the circle. So anything can go. And if you ever watched Hidden Figures, when before the man went on to the moon, he told him he's not going on that moon until you call Catherine, and she run them numbers, and she told him there's going to be a period. There's going to be a no-go zone. So that no-go zone, anything can happen. You may see a comment or the comment from the planetary showers or something. You can just, the weather significantly change. So anything can really go. We had a peak of this Saturn and Aquarius around mid-April until about July 17. So around that time, what was going on? Right? You know, the Joy Floyd thing happened, and it was he couldn't breathe, and all of a sudden, we got to put a masks on for the climate that's going on with the virus in the air. And even with this virus, you know, I want to say that, you know, stop giving this virus too much energy and attention, because the more you put the energy on there, the more it can escalate. So if you just change it, you know, you can call it the Cares Village or something, the CV, you know, and that the fact it's a COVID-19, the 1 and the 9 represents the beginning of something and the end of something. So we're going through a change. We have Jupiter and Saturn are ushering us into we're in the age of Aquarius. So this is giving us more information about the age of Aquarius. So you can find surprising new things coming to your mind, your consciousness is very wide, inspired, and expanding. You will find that your certain abilities are being enhanced, whether you are a psychic, a medium, fortune teller, or you're working on your arts and crafts, your projects. So this is a really good time to really get those things in motion, because we're moving into where we have been since Saturn and been in Aquarius a few years ago, like the Great Depression, 1962. 1903, you know, these were a time with Jupiter in Sagittarius, so Sagittarius, Jupiter in Aquarius. So you have to really, this is time to really work on your craft and get it out, so you can move with the flow of this air energy that's coming in, because it's a fixed sign. Aquarius fixed. So right now, the new ideas, the new innovations, it will be quick, it will be fixed. So this is time to really, you know, horn in on those endeavors that you want to expand within the next 3 years, because it will take off within those next 3 years if you start now, or if you already started before, you're already in the lead. Then you have Uranus and Taurus, so that's the earth. We have to make sure that we are watering our grass for those who live in a warmer climate. Make sure you're watering the grass, you're drinking your water. You have respect for nature. You have respect for your friends and your family. You call them, you check on them, because our ancestors, our elders are leaving us, even some that are young. So make sure that you are calling in and checking in on your loved ones. And this is a time to really come together. So how well can we work in a diverse culture together? How can we come together and blend? Because there's a lot going on. There's some scandals, some truth, and you know, we need to come. And these are like the meetings of the mind right now. We have the North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, This is where the Sagittarius is the bigger person who want to see everything on a big grand scale. And Gemini, like, wait a minute, hold on, but I got the facts to prove what I'm talking about. So we're gonna have to sit down and have a meeting with this. And I'm not trying to hear your opinion. I'm trying to hear the truth about what's going on, what's in the paperwork, what's the history, what's on the agenda. So we need to find and have meetings. And you will notice that your friends are having roundtable discussions. Everybody are talking now. They're talking. And this is about freedom, more flexibility. You work in your own 9 to 5 schedule than going to a 9 to 5 schedule. There will still be 9 to 5 grocery stores and those kind of things, but you can work your own.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Um, I spoke with Tony um, briefly on the phone last night, and what Tony Mitchell was sharing was the importance of the um, winter solstice in antiquity. So, Tony, if you could just share with us about what was done with Atlantis. I think you even mentioned Atlantis in relation to the winter solstice. Could you touch on that, please?
Yes, just quickly. Uh, the, the the equinox and the solstice in ancient civilizations like Atlantis, Lemuria, were very important times of people coming together and doing rituals because it's a new beginning and a new ending. So whatever you want as the solstice approaches, whatever you want to release and let go of, bad habits, bad relationships, bad people, bad thoughts, release that and let that go. And then whatever you want to create in the next, between now and the next solstice equinox, visualize or write down or affirm those new things you want to bring into your life and use the power of visualization to see yourself with it now. In other words, see yourself being where you want to be in the next 3 months and use your power of visualization to impress that thought upon your subconscious mind. Because whatever thoughts, feelings we impress upon our subconscious mind, sooner or later manifest physically in our lives as people, places, circumstances, health, happiness, success, and prosperity. So the key is to once a day, the best time is before you go to sleep, because before you go to sleep, you're about to enter the realm of the subconscious mind, which is all powerful. And if you can do that visualization before you go to sleep, seeing yourself with the success, with the achievement that you want in the next 3 to 4 months, and let that feeling and thought drift down into your subconscious mind, you'll find that you'll be attracting people, places, situations, ideas that will help you achieve that end result so that by the time 3 or 4 months gets here, you'll have that as a manifested success for reality that you can celebrate.
Excellent, excellently said.
Is the practice of visualization, meditation, and tapping into the unconscious mind, like you just described, Tony, is that somehow an indication or proof that this dimension or this life is a simulation? Because if you could literally, like you said, if you could literally draw to yourself those people, those resources
Right.
that will, put you in further alignment with what you are intending to create,
Oh, yeah.
then
Yes.
what is that? What is that saying about the nature of reality?
What it says is that reality is an illusion of our thinking, our feeling, our thoughts, our decisions, choices, and actions. So you could say that we all are masters of creating our own reality based upon our power of our minds, because each one of us were created in the image and likeness of God. God creates in the universe. We can create what we want in our own lives. But the problem sometimes is that our conscious mind desires us to have a certain success, but subconsciously there's hidden, unconscious, negative belief thought patterns that hold us back from the success we want. And unless and until we learn how to reprogram the subconscious mind at that deeper level, we'll always be one step short of not achieving the end result of the success that we want. And so the Silva method is a very powerful way to make sure that happens that you achieve the end result that you want without being held back by unconscious limiting thoughts or beliefs. In fact, there's a technique we do in the Silva class when you become aware of a negative thought, and it simply says cancel, meaning subconscious mind don't process that, and then you replace it with what you want instead, the positive thought you want instead. Cancel is a very powerful means of canceling out negative belief systems that everybody has.
Thank you for sharing that, because what I took the Silva Mind method, and then in conversation with Lloyd, he also he's very familiar with it too. And what just came to mind is family. Imagine if Jupiter and Saturn are going to be dancing in close proximity to the Earth. What would happen if we go into a meditation and talk to the energy of Jupiter or talk to the energy of Saturn? Lloyd, what is it a possibility that we could? Oh shoot! You saw that? My props just fell when I said that. Damn, there's forces of nature moving my room around. I just hope it ain't an earthquake. Yeah. So Lloyd, Kaya, how could people connect or harness or ride the energy of Jupiter and Saturn on the wings of their imagination?
Well, to me, I think Tony is absolutely correct, as well as Baraka when he hit on the question about the mind. A lot of things that we create in our reality starts in our mind. I remember one time I interviewed this famous artist. His painting was so beautiful. It was called Genesis and Evolution of Sound. And I asked him, where did he start? He said it started in his mind. At that time, I did not get it. But everything starts in our minds, and the way we program ourselves, the way we think about ourselves normally manifests the outcome of our reality at some point in the future. So like Tony and like Hank, I also took Silver Mind Control, and I just thought it was very interesting because it teaches you how to program your subconscious mind. That's why psychologist says, you show me a child at the age of 7, and I'll show you the man or woman they become. Such as the program do. You see what I'm saying? And so yet we still have the power through these methods that Tony has used through Silver Mind Control, those techniques, and other techniques to deal with the manipulation of the mind, to get the subconscious, because the subconscious remembers everything. This is why they can hypnotize you, and you can recall things you couldn't recall in your conscious state. So these methods allow the subconscious to be tapped into, to bring up those things that help us move forward in our future. And to normally get what we want, we normally visualize it, whether it's a car, like let's say a person is desperate to get a car in their mind. And you know what they're doing nowadays? The equivalent of it now are what they call vision boards, where people cut out an airplane for travel, a car, they cut out some dollar bills and put on the board. But that's another level. That's more of a physical level. But notice they're visually seeing what those images are they're putting on the board. So what I try to do is get people to see it on the mental screen of their minds, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
So I have a question. So so when I think about astrology, I think about, the stars, the planets, and how they move, and even the previous question about how they influence our thinking and our behavior, but also even fate and our destiny. And so my question is that if someone wants something, right, that is really external to who they really are, like we receive all types of suggestions from advertising, from the government, propaganda, I mean, you name it, right? And so I get an idea that I want to be a pimp. I want to be a pimp. I want to party. I want to get women. I want to drive fast cars. But in reality, that is not in alignment with my purpose for being here. So my question is when you attempt to visualize and manifest things that are not for you, or is that even a thing?
Ah, that's a good question.
How does
I
that
want to
work?
say, what you think you will attract. What you imagine, it will come. So the best thing for you to do is to visualize yourself. Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing? Because it's going to happen regardless. It's just the amount of time, the amount of effort you put into it. I believe the law of attraction really does work, and having gratitude, giving thanks, and writing it out, sketch it out, draw it out, say it. But when you write it out, make sure you say it. Like Tony said, before you go to bed, put it in your subconscious. You wake up in the morning, you feeling great, feeling good, and you think it's going to happen sooner than you even think about it. Sometimes it happens the next day or the next second. It all depends on how much emotions and your feelings you put in, because everything is about our emotions and our feelings. That's why I have so many advertisements going on about beauty and all these commercials. They're trying to feed into your emotions. That's where everything is at.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for that. It's real important, and I'm going to share, family. Oh, before I move forward, I just want to acknowledge Spirit Doula for gifting me this Metatron. She had this custom made. I want to give her a appreciation. This is an Enoch Metatron cube of selenite that she had laser engraved the sacred geometry of everything.
Mhm.
So I want to give you a special thanks and acknowledgement because this science is now in the magnets and the orgone that I've been experimenting with. And we will have these tools going in. Lloyd, you know you're my test pilot, and
I
I want to
know.
give a
You know I'm
special
gonna come and see you
acknowledgement.
next week.
Yep, brother Lloyd is my test pilot for years, and I will definitely have him being a wing commander of the Enoch technology. And maybe Kaya, you can also be another Jedi. Okay, all right, there she is. She can also rock it. And also Baraka, he's another test pilot. This is not by accident. Bro,
Boom,
bam!
boom,
There you go.
boom.
Hmm. That's it. And
Well, excuse me, if you don't mind. Let me get my little 2 cents up in here. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Every time I go somewhere, I get responses. There's not a day I go out of this house wearing this necklace that you created, Hank, that I don't get a response.
mm,
Not one day. It's amazing. So it
I
must
said,
mean something subconsciously. And let me give you another example. There was a book that came out years ago called Subliminal Seduction, which is
whoa,
how advertisers reach our subconscious mind that Tony well understands. So let's say you go to the auto show here in New York, Jacob Javits, right? You got this Lamborghini, and they got a scantily clad woman sitting on that Lamborghini. You want to
oh
get it,
yeah,
right? Now, you know darn well the woman ain't coming with the car, okay? But subconsciously, the rule is if you get this car, you'll probably get one of these here too. Okay?
mm,
So there's a lot of ways that the advertisers reach our subconscious mind that Tony
Mm-hmm.
understands. And
Mm-hmm.
visualization is the key. How you see yourself is
Mm-hmm.
ultimately what we become. If you see yourself as nothing, the end result is going to be nothing. And
yeah,
so
Right.
here's the thing that I want to tell you, Baraka. Let's say, like you gave that illustration, you're going to be a pimp, but maybe that's a temporary stage where eventually that acts as an experience. Like in the pimping role, you get busted, you lose your women, you got to do a little jail time, and in jail, like Malcolm X, where you become evolved and grow into a higher state of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
so, so
Yes.
sometimes we
Yes.
learn, and we
Yes.
never know what the choices are because if everybody knew what the choices are, everybody would be happy at what they do. But a lot
yeah,
of people are not. So
mm,
that's
Wow.
how I.
Hey, yo,
That's,
Hank, real quick. Yo, Hank,
yeah. Go
real quick.
ahead,
I
bro,
got to
because
give
we
you
gonna roll on that.
I got to give you a testimonial. So with regards to boosting and projecting, our energies and our intents. Yo, it's crazy because something that I've noticed is like when I go like indoors into a store or something like that, everybody's got to wear a mask, right?
Mhm.
So the energy game, it's like on a whole nother level because it's like you can feel people and you can notice when people can feel you because it's all this right here. It's
Yeah,
all in
yeah,
the eyes. And
yeah.
it's amazing that I'm seeing how I'm moving. And it's like people starting conversations, and it's like all you got is the eyes. And people feel my energy. I'm telling you, when I
Yeah.
walk into a room from across the room, and it's all in the eye contact that you could see how people are reacting to my energy. So yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And listen, speaking of a pimp, when you graduate from pimphood, you become a preacher, or you can become a politician, or you
Yeah.
can
That's
or you
real
can become a
talk.
car
That's
salesman,
real talk.
because it's all dealing with marketing, and marketing is dealing with
Mm,
hypnosis.
Mhm.
So
hmm
we are all
Give me my
in various
money.
states of trance. And Tony, are we in states of trance throughout the day? Is that would that can you touch on that?
Anytime you're transfixed, your attention on a certain end result, like commercial, a song, a movie, a TV show, anytime you have a finely tuned laser-like point of focus with your mind, that can lead you into a state of trance. And just let me give you one short true success story about the power of visualization. There's a woman named Cynthia Stafford. You can look her up on Google, CYNTHIASTAFFORD. She was a single mother of 5 children living in South Central Los Angeles. She wanted to get out of that slum area and move her kids and herself to a nice, respectable neighborhood where the kids could get a good education. She had no money to do it. She read a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy,
Yep.
told her how to visualize.
Mm,
She decided that she would program and visualize herself winning an amount of money to get her out of the ghetto.
Mhm.
And she won the California State Lottery, I think in November of 2007, for $112 million. And before she won, she went to the woman's clothing store, bought herself a dress, a blue dress, kind of like building the expectancy of winning, kind of like treasure mapping, and put that dress in her closet. And she said, I'm not gonna wear this dress. Only I'll wear this dress at the press conference where they announce myself as a winner of the $112 million. You can look her up online. She won and became a multimillionaire, and the rest is history.
also, I want to acknowledge the book. Family, tap into this. This is the book, Silva Mind Control Method. I read this when I was a teenager, and I got some stories to share with you if y'all want to hear them.
Oh yeah,
Let
yeah.
me tell you, I was a nerd, family, back in the day. I couldn't get a date like
Big
Steve
Purple.
Irwin, and so I visualized um, a beautiful, voluptuous woman, and I had a motorcycle, a Kawasaki, back in the day, in my teen years, my later teen years, and I actually attracted a woman that intimidated me with her sensuality and her sexuality, because I was
Wow.
still that geeky nerd, but I was visualizing a goddess with all kind of curvy symmetry. But when I met her in person, I felt the pieces. I was, oh, I can't. Oh, I am not worthy. I mean, this is some deep science, family. You got to be real careful, and bringing back to what Baraka was saying about you visualizing, you got to really be in touch with your heart. What is your heart's desire?
Right.
Because you can bring forth anything. How important, Lloyd? Um, you being a world famous numerologist, did you seduce the world possibly with a little bit of silver mind control? Come on, brother, cough
Right.
it up. Tell
Let
us
me,
what you
let me
did,
say this.
man.
It's interesting. When I came to WBLS, WLIB in the early 80s, I would actually take from the silver mind control method and program myself going down to the radio station on the number 3 train. And I always saw that my voice was always soothing, my voice was always accurate, healing, and amazing. And people would always comment about my voice. Uh,
Mm.
and the comment I get, they say, "You sound just like you do on the radio, like I got 2 voices, okay?" But all of this was a part of it. And I said to myself, I'm going to be the baddest numerologist on the planet. Now, for people who don't quite understand, they say, oh, he's ego tripping. No, I was planting a seed that wherever I go, I will be the best at what I do.
Right.
And part of that compliment now is I have an online course that's on sale by signing up at my website that is in 47 countries and
Wow.
17 languages.
Wow.
And as of this afternoon, I have 1,453 students enrolled.
Wow.
Man.
All of that is in my head.
Wow.
Wow.
All
So we
right.
normally manifest what we think, and we
So
do think what we do. You
yeah.
know, and, that's why they said, "Don't you look what you find. You find what you look for." That's what the elders would say. But it's mean what you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about, what you're always searching, what is on your mind, and normally that's the
Mm-hmm.
focus. So when you
Yeah.
have people, instructors like Tony, who took it really back then. And by the way, Tony, Jose Silva was a Leo. He was born on August the 11th.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't know that.
yeah, for his birthday. So I was always in the birthdays and stuff like that. So, um, but
Wow.
but again, he was a fixed sign, and normally fixed signs tend to do things on grand scales. So that
Yeah.
was his contribution. But to this day,
Mm-hmm.
when I
Wow.
meditate, I'll say every day in every way I am better and better and better, and I can still hear
Right.
the music in the back. You know what I'm saying? All of that,
Right. Right.
all of
Right.
that,
Yeah.
all that together, visualizations and sounds.
Yeah.
You know,
So we create our reality, which is true.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
We're the
yes.
Mm-hmm.
master of them.
What did you say, Kaya?
So we are the masters of, we are the
Mm,
creator.
yes.
But I will give you an exception to the rule of visualization. Donald Trump studied with I Norman Vincent Peale, right?
Right.
Norman Vincent
Yes.
Peale promoted the power of positive thinking.
Right.
Notice positive thinking. In
Mm.
Trump's case, he's doing negative thinking. So the rule is when you get negative thinking, you get the negative results. So although he would say things over and over again to try to get people to buy into, which he did a good job in getting a whole
Yep.
lot of people into it. But because he did it for all the wrong reasons, he wound up getting the wrong results, which is why he'll be out of here on the 20th of next month.
Yep.
Mm,
Mm.
That's that,
Speaking
that that's why his chickens are coming home to roost right now. Impeached
Yep,
and out of
yep,
office, dishonored,
yep.
has no integrity, a liar. Who could trust somebody who doesn't take responsibility as a leader for what they're doing? He takes no responsibility. He blames people. He fires people. When you do negative stuff, you activate the law of karma because what you out comes back to you multiplied.
Well, it's
And
going to come back big time, and the Eastern District of New York is waiting for his butt, too.
yep,
mm. And family, here's the book,
Mm-hmm.
Power of Positive Thinking.
Yep.
Uh,
yep,
I think it would be very helpful if you get these books to read and apply it to your personal life.
Yeah, positive
For
thinking is
real.
very, very powerful. I tried positive thinking now when I was about 25, 26, and it worked. I changed my whole lineup. I changed the way I talk to people. I changed the way I talk to my friends, my family. It just change. Just make that one change as if you're taking that trash out, the garbage, and taking it outside. Just that quick, you can change, the way things look, or you can just fix your bed and change the way from a messy bed to a fixed bed. So positive thinking for me, it worked. I started it in let me say, like, the end of September. I started change the way I think. Not this year, but and by November, I had got a full-time job. I had got a lot of things had came to me. I was feeling wonderful. My energy was just like radiant. I was seeing my own aura. So how
Wow.
thinking can really, really change your reality. You just gotta try it and do it.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. Any more questions, Brother Baraka?
Yes. Is it is it uh is it a coincidence that this Saturn Jupiter conjunction is happening on the winter solstice? Or is it just that maybe because of the positioning of the solstice gives us a better view, or like, you know what I mean? Like, what is that?
Well, I mean,
Nothing.
go ahead, Kaya.
I was gonna say nothing in the universe, nothing that you and I do is a coincidence. Things just happen at the right time, at the right place, when it's supposed to happen. So this is everything has a cycle. Everything has has a cycle. So just like the birds, they fly and they fly down where it gets warmer at, even though when the climate change, they go where they need to go. The fishes go where they need to go. So why don't the planetary do what they need to do? So it's everything is in cycle. So there's no coincidence. It's just it is what it is. This is
Yes.
what it is.
Excellent. Well
The
said. Well said. You know, what I would do, family, I gotta tell you, I want to share something about practicing going into that alpha awareness. And we want to acknowledge also King Simon. He's on the show tonight. Peace,
Yeah,
brother
that's my
King.
buddy.
energy.
Yes. hmm And I was going to drive between New York and Atlanta. And, it's kind of challenging when you go to them southern states with New York plates.
Mhm.
So I said to myself, when I hit the Jersey Turnpike, I am invisible to all law enforcement. Yes, I am. And not only that, I put on my orgone amulet and I punched the pedal to the metal while I was chanting, I am invisible to all law enforcement. So I was cruising in my Dodge Caravan about 85, 90 miles an hour. And then I had to modify my chant and said, I am in harmony with all other drivers and we are all safe. And I got to Atlanta in breakneck speed. But check this out, family. I got cocky. So I said, oh, yeah, I don't need to carry my amulet. I don't even need to check because I got this. And they pulled me over in South Carolina, snatched me right off the road, did a pat down, everything. I didn't have nothing on me but cups and bottles. But it is just that I got cocky. I got slack
The
and
ego.
ego, ego. I thought I was all that without my amulet, without my I am affirmations. So I just want to share, family. Be careful what you ask for because you
Mhm.
can get it. And,
Mhm.
and Tony, I'd like for you to touch on that also. Tell us what would
Yeah,
happen. Can you get
yeah, I had a similar experience. I was after that Budweiser beer commercial. I was riding that mighty high. Worked for Miller High Life, Schlitz beer, Diet Pepsi, AT&T, computer. I had 22 years of principal TV commercial experience, and then at one point, I said, "I got this. I don't need to program anymore. I'm going to just ride this thing all the way in." And my success went down the drain. It wasn't until I picked it up again and started doing that discipline, setting that intention, that I would program at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, when you get up in the morning before you get active and before you go to sleep at night. It wasn't until I got on my programming routine that my success started coming back up again. And so that taught me a similar lesson. You can create whatever you want, but don't get too arrogant or cocky, because the same thing that boosts you up can bring you back down.
Mhm.
Amen. Yes.
exactly?
Same how.
And
Yeah.
I want to say, before we came on the show tonight, family, I'm always working on how to activate crystals, how to make the crystals awaken. And I literally went into an alpha state of mind and went deep inside the crystal. and literally got recipes. I greeted the crystal with love because all of nature likes love. So when you
Yeah.
talk to a crystal, you greet it with love. Talk to an orange, because when I took up the Silva mind method, they taught us how to go inside a grape, an
Mm.
orange, a banana. But we had specific techniques, and I used that same technique, family, to go into a crystal to get a recipe of how to activate it. And then my monkey mind, my ego said, "Nah, man, it can't be that simple." So I said, all right, I'm not gonna fight the monkey mind. I'm gonna go over here and test it anyway." And lo and behold, family, I can feel the radiance coming off my chest from the energy that the crystal gave me. You can have anything you want, family. And this conjunction on
Mhm.
the winter solstice can be similar with Lloyd and Kaya. Could you say this could be like a big wave that we could ride to amplify our success, possibly?
Yes. Get in tune with yourself. Meditate. Get to know who you are and personally talk to yourself. And everything will come to you. You just gotta start. You just gotta change the way you think, change the thought process. You gotta just deprogram yourself to get programmed into a better reality of things.
Mm.
You know, to wake yourself up. You sleep.
Mm. Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that. Lloyd, is there something that you would like to suggest? Like, when can we see this conjunction? Will this be visible, Lloyd? Like,
I really don't know in that sense. See, one of the things, it depends on the location and the region of the world that you happen to be in. All righty. So, for example, when they talk about the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse, you can see it in other parts of the world, but you won't be able to see it in this part. We live here in New York City, where if we see a star in the clouds, I mean, in the sky with all the clouds and stuff, we doing good. But if you go into a country atmosphere, you can see all the heavenly planets and things of that nature. So it all depends on the locale of where you can. And of course, those who are into telescopes and astronomy,
Binoculars.
uh, they can see some of the higher science and the planetary movements, and then pick out the I think the golden bucket or the spigot or something, whatever it is. There are all kinds of constellations that are formed by the stars in the heavens. But for a trained eye, and of course having a very powerful telescope, you can definitely see these alignments and how these stars are connected.
Mhm.
thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. I did use the alpha state for um passing classes.
Mm.
I even use it, like when I'm gonna do a bicycle trip. I mean, there's a whole bunch, and I just want Tony touch on it. Like, what would you recommend with your experience for people? And I'm going to ask each of you, what would you recommend for people as we go into this conjunction? What would you suggest that people do to enrich their lives and make it a world, their reality, a better place?
I would suggest to pick a goal where you're contributing to humanity, a goal bigger than yourself, and use the conjunction to help power that image in your mind and to see yourself serving humanity in a certain way, bettering people's lives in a certain way. Because when you pick a goal larger than yourself, you call a lot of other angels, beings,
Mhm.
ancients into your experience, into your aura, into your auric field, and they will help you achieve what you want to achieve for a bigger reality than yourself. So I would just say for each of us, pick something that's bigger than us individually, and see yourself having that experience, contributing to people, teaching people about astrology, astronomy, numerology, helping people. And when you do that, you get your mind off yourself and onto the bigger cause of humanity, and that's when help comes in from all directions.
Yes.
Excellent. Well said. Kaya, what would you recommend for everyone with this big wave of energy coming? Because some people might feel for lack of better words, some people might feel happy, some people might feel sad. Is there strange emotions that might rise up during this time?
You may have some repressed emotions or feelings that will come up, from past, because you gotta understand your past before you can move forward. So I would say, in order to help someone else, first person you need to help is yourself, and you can share your experience with other because it will open up the doors to help other people, and they can help you as well. So it's a give and take kind of thing. So work on you first, and then you can work on other people with them in their lives. But you are the most important factor in your life. With this conjunction, pick an area that you want to work on yourself, your business, your family, your husband, your wife, and just work on that area, and you would see it come into manifestation.
Excellent. Well said. Well said. We're about ready to wrap it up. Family, before we go anywhere, I do want to share that I want to give a special shout out to a sister friend named Sonia, Gemini, and what she showed me. Let me just make this bigger. She told me about this um, phytoplankton,
Hmm.
and it's like a superfood, and I really felt the difference within hours of taking this, family. This is like a superfood from I think it's from the ocean, but it's like super greens. So
The
I want
word, the words are backwards. What is it? What does this say? Marine what?
marine phytoplankton.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Marine phytoplanktons, family. So look that up. I wish the bag was transparent. I would show it to you backwards, but this one came in capsules. And the other thing um, that I want to remind everyone that the tea called Seahor tea. Get yourself some Seahor tea. This is uh, cures. Well, I can't say cure, but it removes the symptoms of inflammation, anti-diabetic, weight loss, opiate detox, sugar addiction, anti-cancer, gallbladder detox, lowers blood pressure, digestive aid, and liver detox. And this is known as Seahor tea.
Yes.
This is excellent to get. And it's found throughout West Africa, and the pharmaceutical companies want to patent the African plant for their own greed. So if you get this tea, it will be very helpful for yourself. And sometimes we have folks say, "Oh, I don't need that." Well, what if your family or your friends or your loved ones might need that? So consider this um, a gift, a Kwanzaa gift.
Can you put that on the screen again so I can see the name?
Sure. This is
Seahawk?
Seahor tea.
Okay, HAW. Okay.
And I find that besides having a lot of energy, family, and I'm not selling this. This is just something to thrive. I find that my body movements is stronger. Uh, my blood flow feels good, and um, it's used throughout West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, um, all of West Africa, and it has more antioxidants than green tea.
Oh,
And you can use it more. You can use it more than once. I use it like 2 to 3 times.
That's
And
good.
here it is again. Here's some of the weight because in the wintertime many of us put on weight, but it's a superfood. It's considered a superfood, and this will be highly beneficial to make it a form of a way of life. All right.
Yes.
Um,
For sharing.
yeah. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up, and we're going to bring on Brother Muhammad after we wrap it up. But any closing words, Lloyd? I want
yes,
to make
I have
sure.
some closing words. Definitely.
Yeah,
I would
please.
like everybody to visit my media sites: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. I would like people to sign up for a free monthly newsletter that Kaya French and I put out every month. You go to her website, kayafrench.com, to sign up for her free newsletter. You also go to my site, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com, to sign up for my free monthly newsletter. And by the way, today is the last day that the sale ends to get both my classes, both my numerology classes, you can get now for under $30, but you must do it before midnight tonight. Class number 1 for beginners, learn from Lloyd how to read a person like a book. Class number 2 for intermediate and advanced people in numerology, like King Simon, my buddy, and Brandon Smith, my other buddy. That's Learn from Lloyd, the next step in numerology. Both of those courses can be gotten on sale at my website. Just go to my website, scroll down. Once you hit the landing page, scroll down, sign up, and get both of them for under $30. Not only do you own them, which is not like owning your stuff, you also get a certification once you finish the course. Now, and on the other side, for that lady there in Detroit, Michigan, today is Thursday, which means her column for the New York Amsterdam News has come out. Kai, you speak for yourself, girl.
So this is my column here. This is the older one, but this is my column, Know Your Numbers. You can also visit Know Your Numbers on Instagram.com, exactly how it is spelled. You can visit my website at www.kaya.french.com. You can also subscribe to get your free Moon monthly newsletter that Lloyd and I write. Also, I have a December special for if you want to get a reading for $35 for 15 minutes. That is for the special for December. And stay well and be blessed and drink your water and get some more greens and get your ginger, get your superfoods, or all these things to keep your immune system intact and your digestive system flowing.
And I would say reach out to Tony to make sure that if you want to get your mind straight, go to Tony Mitchell.
Yeah, we're coming over to Tony. Tony, for those who want to learn to become astute in going into states of awareness within themselves, into meditation, tell us how we can get in touch with you and how they can take classes or how to connect with you.
Yeah. The website is Silva, SILVA, method, METHOD.com. Once you get to that webpage, click Instructors, New York, and you'll see all my contact information, including my website. Telephone number is 212-698-0123. And we're transitioning to do the classes on Zoom starting probably in January. But all that information will be up on the website when it happens. Closing words, because everybody's talking about the virus now, don't allow yourself to be sucked into the anxiety, the stress, and the fear of all the stuff you hear on the radio, the TV, and the newspapers.
Thank you.
Because stress and anxiety weaken your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not going to take the vaccine because if your immune system is strong, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, spirulina, testosterone, you won't need any vaccine. And if you find yourself under stress, just say cancel. God in me keeps me well, healthy, and successful for all eternity, and you'll be fine. Just don't let the stress and the anxiety get to you. That's all.
Tony, great minds think alike. That's exactly how I think. Okay, trust me.
Great.
Did everybody see the news interview and the radio? I mean, the news interview. The news host asked the CEO of Pfizer, "Did he take the vaccine?" And he said, "I didn't take the vaccine."
Giving it to other people.
That sounds like the drug dealer that everybody the drugs, but he don't take it himself.
Exactly.
You know what? They say don't get high.
Ain't no fool.
They say don't get high your own supply. So I guess we gotta, burst it out to other.
Yeah. I was like, oh, wait a second. Hold on. Baraka, you got something coming up soon. You haven't told us, but you're going to drop it on us tonight. What you got coming up, brother, in reference to Kwanzaa?
Oh, yeah. In reference to Kwanzaa, on December, on the first day of Kwanzaa, December 26th, the Kwanzaa Collective is producing a virtual Kwanzaa celebration. Right now, it's not really going to be public from Zoom, but we're going to put it on to Facebook Live. So just keep an eye out for your friends because we're going to encourage people to share. I'll send it to you as well, Hank and Kaya and Lloyd, because with the whole Zoom bombs, we're not going to do the Zoom. We're doing Zoom, but we're going to put it on Facebook Live so that people can't crash in and try to cause a disturbance. But yeah, so that's what we're doing for the 26th.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yes. Also,
For a second, I thought you was talking about something else.
Also, family. Before we go, because we're dealing with health, this is something I want to acknowledge. Phil Valentine, he told me about this. It's a hydrogen generator that literally charges up water. You just put water in it, and the water this becomes an ionizer, a portable ionizer, and I put my own label on it. And what it does, it separates the oxygen and the hydrogen. Separates the oxygen and the hydrogen, so you actually drink hydrogen immediately, and oxygen is what the cells breathe. Hydrogen is the fuel for the cells. So this literally makes alkaline water within a minute. Okay, you can find this.
Where do you get it?
This is on Amazon. Look for a hydrogen generator, and you can charge up the bottle. It's rechargeable, and it goes through the color therapy. So the water has a full spectrum of colors. It's going red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and this would be something to consider to invest in your own health and making sure that your immune system is high. Because if you have enough hydrogen in your body, you can repel anything, maybe even houseflies. Okay, so look into this.
Good looking out, Hank.
Yes, yeah. So I just want to share that. Let me see what else. For us brothers, okay. For another thing, for brothers, all the men in the audience. Kaya, I was able to read, but I couldn't read the label clearly. But all my brothers who want to maintain their testosterone, get something called Tongkat Ali. Tongkat Ali. TONGKAT.
I've heard of him.
ALI. Yeah, Tongkat Ali. Get it 200-to-1 extract. And what this will do is it will restore your testosterone flow to what it was when you was in your 20s. Okay? Because in the winter, this is when our bodies tend to degenerate.
Boing.
A lot of sunshine. Yeah, exactly. Baraka, did you hear what Baraka said? Hold on, brother. Say it again. Say it again.
Baraka's my man. Okay.
Yeah.
I said boing.
Exactly. So definitely, family, get into Tongkat Ali. This is an extra. This restores the testosterone in the men, and when you have sufficient testosterone, my brothers, your psychological profile matches the level of testosterone.
You can also get that on Amazon too.
You can get this on Amazon too, also eBay. All right. Now for the ladies, there is a wonderful herb, and this is from Tongkat Ali, is from Indonesia. So want to acknowledge our Indonesia Muslim brothers and sisters. And in Indonesia, they have an herb for women. And that herb is called Kasip Fatima. KACIP Fatima. FATIMA. So that women can bathe in their feminine magic instead of being a false testosterone ex-mutant.
Magic.
Okay.
KACIP, Kasip Fatima, is the feminine equivalent to Tongkat Ali for the men.
Yeah.
KACIP Fatima. FATIMA. So we're going into the winter season as of Monday. Is that right, Lloyd?
Oh yeah. Well, officially Monday starts the winter equinox.
Yeah. And so this is the season for preservation. Preservation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hmm.
I want to thank you.
Setting your intentions, setting your goals, visualizing your intentions. Yeah, man. That's what this show right here is all about.
Yeah.
Yep. No
Right.
question.
Get
Exactly.
Right.
yourself
Hmm.
together.
It's
Yourself.
on. It's on.
Yeah. We want to
And if
Okay.
Thank
you
empower.
and
you.
if you can, you should fast as
Well,
well and amplify with a fast as well.
Yep.
That's what
Right.
I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
very beautiful. You feel so much alive the next day after you fast. You drink your water and your tea. You feel wonderful.
Yes.
Yes,
But to
too.
you, Baraka, happy belated birthday, my brother. To you, Hank, you both
Thank you,
Sagittarius.
Lloyd. Thank you,
You
brother.
know what I'm saying? You guys are the best. Thanks
That's
for having
right.
us on. And maybe when we come back, then we'll talk about what all the signs got to look forward to for the new year 2021.
Sounds like a plan.
All
Sounds
Yeah.
like
right. All
Sounds
right.
Thank
like a plan.
you. Peace and love and
thank
blessings.
you. And Tony, pleasure meeting you too, buddy.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on. Let me unmute. Tony, say your piece,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, just set your goals, program your mind, be positive, and surround yourself every day when you go out the house with a magnetic aura that attracts to you health, happiness, love, success, and overflowing prosperity, and you'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's amazing, Tony. I got to give you a call. I got to share with you the way I do my meditation. That's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, do
Things
that.
to say.
Yeah.
And Lloyd, this is information family. To contact Lloyd, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. 1-800
Okay.
581 4401, so that you can
Thank
have
you as well.
direction. And what did you say, Lloyd?
I said, and thank you. I really appreciate that, Hank.
Oh,
You
yes, and gladly. And Kaya, here's Kaya French website, www.kayafrench.com. Instagram, know your numbers. And instead of an E, it's a number 3. A phone number, I got to watch it as it scrolls past me.
1-866-331-5088. And
1-8.
ladies and fellas, make sure you take your hot baths and hot showers.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love and
Peace.
blessings.
Thank
Okay,
you.
now we're going to
Peace, y'all.
peace.
Peace,
We're going to
y'all.
bring on our brother Muhammad, Professor Muhammad Bey, and I set him up on the speaker so that he can do his opening before he drops some major science on you as we
All
approach
right.
the holiday season. Brother Muhammad, peace, brother. You are live on Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids.
Wow.
Once again, thank you, Brother Hank. Can you hear me clear, sir?
We got you clear,
Yep.
Thank
nice
you,
and
sir.
clear, brother.
I would like to say thank you once again for inviting me to the show. I'm going to say the prayers, and then we'll get into the show.
Okay, and let me pull your face up. Hold on. There you go. All right, and
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Come to prayer. Come to prayer. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Come to your good. Come to your good. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. La ilaha illallah. There is no deity but Allah. come to your good. Salatu keheram minam neam. Salatu keheram minam neam. Prayer is better than sleep. Prayer is better than sleep. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. That means peace be on you and Allah's blessings. All right, family, I want to give you something right quick from the Quran. And this will kind of answer some things for us. It says in the Quran, in chapter 6 of the Quran, verse number 8, and they say, why has not an angel been sent down to him? And if we send down an angel, the matter would be decided, then they would not be respited. And if we made him an angel, we would certainly have made him a man, and thus made confused to them what they confused. And certainly messengers before thee were derived, but that which they deride encompassed those of them who scoff. Now I want you all to listen to the footnote. The people of the book asked thee to bring down to them a book from heaven. So far removed are people from spiritual realities that they want to see them in a physical form. If truth had been sent down to man in the physical form of a book and had not been revealed to the mind of man, it could not bring about transformation in the mind of men. But even if it had taken a physical shape, they would have called it an enchantment and still rejected it. The divine message was undoubtedly brought by an angel. But here again, they want to see the spiritual reality of the angel in a physical form. The meaning is that if an angel were made a messenger to mankind, he would doubtlessly appear in the form of a man, inasmuch as the physical eye cannot see angels. Moreover, only a human being could serve as a model for men. Thus, in case an angel appeared in the shape of a man, there would still be the same confusion in their minds as when a human being was entrusted with the divine message. So in other words, God, the Creator, deal with man's affairs. I am only a human being, a spiritual being, housed in a fleshly body, having a conversation with you in that form. So that's what that means. I just read to you. You see? And even with that, as I read that, this message, a lot of this is hard for a lot of you all to believe. This is the 15th show. I've given you a lot. At some point, you got to move on what I'm saying. You just can't continue to listen and hear me, just because I sound like an entertainer to you, but I'm not that. Trust me. I come to give you information that could change your life. You don't have no excuse now. If it's good for me, it's good for you. Let's get into the show. Okay. Brother Hank. Is he there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I wanted you to put something.
Brother Muhammad, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hank might have. Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe Brother Hank stepped away for a second.
Yeah, I stepped away. I'm here. We're
we
listening.
ready. We rolling.
And you loud and clear, brother. Go ahead.
We rolling.
I need you to put something in the chat for me.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Okay, it's going to be an IRS code. It's going to be 21.
IRS code
21.
Code 21.
Point
Point
7.
7.
Point 13.
Point 13.
Point 2.
Point 2.
Point 4.
Point 4.
And this is how an EIN is assigned. Okay.
How an EIN
is
is
assigned.
assigned.
Okay. I'm going to go from there.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on the ticker tape also.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, sir.
Yep, I'm gonna get something to drink. I need to get a cup of tea because I've been sitting here too long.
I'm here. I got it.
And Baraka, you got it, right?
We rolling.
Yep. I'm gonna put that banner up first. Hold on.
Yeah, but you could put that in the thing.
Yeah, let me do that right now. Hold on, Professor.
Yeah, I'm here.
Paste.
Thank you.
Putting the IRS code 21. How EIN.
Hey, brother Muhammad, you threw it down, man.
Thank you, sir.
Here it is.
You threw it down, and you're absolutely correct.
Okay, do your thing, brother.
Okay. How an EIN is assigned. 6/7 million series EINs are served for trusts, estates, and nonprofit exempt organization under the Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act. You call that TEFRA. A 6 or 7 million series EIN can be identified by the number 6 or 7 immediately following the dash. The 98 number with a 6 or 7 behind the dash is tax exempt, is exempt from taxes because it's foreign. I want you all to listen to me good. The number is foreign to the 1871 District of Columbia Organic Act, doing business as the United States Federal Corporation. This is when they organized the corporation called the United States of America, which is a municipal corporation. When you look up the 1871 District of Columbia Organic Act, you will find it in there. It says she is a municipal corporation. It's either in section 17 or 24. Just go through it. In the Bible, it tells you that you cannot buy, barter, sell, or trade with the mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast is the Social Security number. This is how the corporations track you through your Social Security number when doing business in commerce. In Revelation of the Bible, it talks about the 144,000 that's supposed to bring about heaven on earth. The number 144,000 is synonymous to the 98 number. This number is also synonymous to what we call the Security and Exchange Commission. The 98 number is exempt from all taxes and everything else tax related. This number is also under the Rule 144A under the Security and Exchange Commission. Now, Norbert Ali said, stop doing business in your birth name and take a new spiritual name and start doing business in that name with the 98 number. The problem with most of the Moors is when they get a new Moorish national name, they do not have a number with that name to do business in commerce. Or I have heard that some of the Moors go back to Social Security Administration and give the new Moorish national name and attach it with the Social Security number. Well, you just put yourself back into slavery. Why would you do that? See? Misinformed. I had this conversation with two Moor brothers from the temple when I visited New York City in August of 2019, which I was visiting with friends for my birthday. They were talking about part and parcel with the United States Corporation. Now, I told them I disagreed with that. There isn't no part and parcel with the corporation because it's a corporation on your land here in Morocco. Now,
our land.
There is a form. It says in 460, citizen of the United States expatriation, etc. Listen to what it says. Number 1, citizenship in Morocco may be said to be governed by the laws laws pertaining to the same in other countries, with the exception that all persons residing in Morocco who cannot prove foreign citizenship or protection are considered ipso jure by law as Moorish subjects. Now, let me explain to you what that means. When I say Morocco, I'm not talking about some place over in Africa. I'm talking about your landmass right here is Morocco. So as long as you're a 14th Amendment, you're still considered ipso jure as Moorish subject. So you're a Moorish subject. This means not having your court order, your W-8 form, a Social Security Administration letter headed stating that your new spiritual name is not attached with any Social Security number, no birth certificate or any benefits, and you have no domicile or connection within the territories and laws of the United States Corporation. See, you have the protection, and you can't have no protection that the United States have with a country. You just don't understand. This is Morocco, not over there in Africa somewhere.
You saying this is already home? You're already home.
You're already home. Number 2 and 3, listen up. Moorish subjects, see, here it is right here now. Moorish subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized in or protected by another country or foreign power having treaty relations with the Moorish Empire. I just said that to you.
And
You lost the nationality because what happens there, let me break that down. There was never any consent with the government of Morocco, and this was corruption of the blood. This happened because your mother, who is / was the informant, and signed the birth certificate and gave it to them and accepted the benefits from the state and federal corporation. So when you took the benefits, you took the protection. That's what it means when it says you lost your nationality only by becoming naturalized or protected. So you have that protection because you're getting the benefits. You got the food stamp card, you got the driver's license, you got the social security number, so on and so forth.
And you got that tax. The landlord's being taxed. What kind of rabbit ass craziness is that?
Let's look at now, I gave it to you from that way. Now, let's look at the benefits you can obtain on the private side, which you don't know too much about that side. And not having the benefits from the corporations called the United States. For example, you can have free whole life insurance policies such as I have done. Listen up. Alfred Muhammad Bey has a $100,000 policy, whole life insurance policy for Transamerica. Whole life insurance company in the Express Trust name, Alfred Muhammad Bey Express Trust as owner. The insured is Alfred Muhammad Bey. I, Alfred Muhammad Bey, gave Transamerica Whole Life Insurance Company my court order, Social Security Administration letter, the W-8 form saying that Alfred Muhammad Bey is foreign and not attached to a Social Security number. By putting you private, and now by putting your private and personal property into the Express Trust and transfer title from the current owner to the new owner, you will hold a load of your title to the property. You can have your corporation, LLC, partnership, or sole proprietor business tax exempt from county, state, and federal taxes under the protection of the Express Trust. You can claim all your deduction at the end of the year on any one of your businesses without you having to pay the IRS in taxes. What are these deductions? It is your mortgage, monthly car note, gas bill, light bill, cable bill, water bill, or phone bill. These are called informational returns. Now, let me explain this. Your foreign trust is the one that does the OIDs on all your receipts. When you do the OID, the 1099, you are not doing the bank account, because the bank created the numbers and registered them as the owner for the bank. So in other words, you're not going to do no 1099 OID on the bank accounts. Those are not your numbers. You say, well, I don't understand that. I thought it was my bank account. Yeah, I know. You balance the books by the money you spent throughout the year. Now, the Treasury agreed that they will pay the national bills. So you have to give them the receipts for payout to the trust. So when I say national bills, I'm talking about those who are national. That's what the Treasury says, that they agreed to pay all the nationals' bills. This is why you all have to understand what it is that you're doing. Now, all of those LLCs and partnerships, sole proprietors, whatever one you're going to use throughout the year, you're going to go back and claim all of those receipts. By holding those receipts, you're going to claim all of those reductions at the end of the year. The trust can do that. That's why I keep telling y'all, you cannot do business in commerce. Your trust is the natural person that can do all of this.
Wow.
Listen, man. You know the saying say, I'm piping so hard to you, but you still just won't dance. You can't complain about you want freedom, and when somebody's sitting here every Thursday is bringing you valuable information, and you just sitting there sleeping on it, and then you complain about everything you don't have. You need to claim all deductions. Now listen to this, because even the house you live in, how many of a square feet it is? You need to claim all deduction of the square footage of your house, because your house is a business. See, you didn't even know that. You would need to find an honest, certified personal accountant and have him or her to file everything electronically. Now, when the check comes from the IRS, it goes to your CPA trust account, the CPA trust account. The CPA cashes the check for you. When the check is cashed, the money will be transferred to an account of your choice. So in other words, you don't have to have a trust account. This is why you're going to find you a good CPA. You take them all the receipts, all of your deductions at the end of the year, and they're going to put them on that 1041. You ain't going to be filling out no 1040 form anymore. The 1041 is for the trust and the estate. I'm trying to tell you how to get your money. But most of y'all don't even want to do the trust yet. You can't do none of that until you're in the trust. So don't go running off somewhere thinking you're going to do it. It ain't going to It ain't happening for you.
And let me say this, family.
In the trust is not going to happen.
Family, this is an intro. This is a basic intro to show how you've been duped, bamboozled, hoodwinked, lied to. Reach out to Mr. Bay, 33169 at gmail.com. 786-624-8257. And let me put some more banners up here. I saved all of them. Professor, hold 1 second. Let me just scroll through here and pull it up. Because this is a rare thing. Here it is right here. Bam. That's the Cash App, because all y'all like to use Cash App nowadays. Here it is. This is the information. Cash App, Alfred Thompson, $ Moores 33054. Please continue, Professor.
Now, You can get all registered and certified mail free. That's what I do now. You can feel the highways without being harassed, and you can get a passport with national status. In order for you to properly hold and protect trust property, the express trust name must have an EIN number. This means they cannot penetrate the family trust because it was not organized under the United States jurisdiction. I am showing you all how to do commerce without the Social Security number. Allow me to explain the process of setting up a corporation. Now, I want you all to hear this, because I know what you all do with your corporation, your LLCs, your sole proprietors, and all that partnership. Now, listen to this now. Allow me to explain the process of setting up a corporation. When you go to set up a corporation, you have to do, this is what they tell you have to do, articles of incorporation and articles of amendment. You have them drawn up, sign them, and have them notarized. Then you must take them to the Secretary of Treasury. You have to give the documents to the Secretary of Treasury. Secretary of State, correction, Secretary of State, not the Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of State. Secretary of State will keep the documents and then give you a document saying it has been incorporated and you are the secretary of the corporation. Now, do you see what just happened? You went from being the owner of the corporation to a mere secretary or president. Why? You gave up ownership to the Secretary of State when they kept your original foundational paperwork, because you gave it to them. Furthermore, this is why you are not supposed to incorporate, but you are supposed to have your express trust set up and give it the original foundational paperwork for it to have control, ownership, and protection of trust property. This is something they are not going to tell you to do. You are supposed to do a DBA for the corporation and make it an unincorporated religious assembly, which is automatically tax exempt. Therefore, you do not need to do a 501c3 because the corporation is tax exempt according to the Constitution, and your estate and trust is tax exempt under the TEFRA Act of the Internal Revenue Service. Remember, you should be doing business under your ancestors' religious principle instead of with man as a corporation. Your ens legis or straw man is a legal business name that you never claimed and protected. You cannot claim the legal business name in the straw man name, but you can claim it under the new spiritual or Moorish name with the 98 EIN number. This is how you put the straw man name into trust. Let me give you as for food of thought. Your express trust can 1099 OID when the trust is creating trust certificate units instruments. So even when your trust is doing those trust certificate units, you can 1099 OID those also. Now, Brother Hank?
I'm right here, bro.
I need you to put this into the chat. This is another.
Okay, hold on.
I hope y'all will follow me.
Go ahead.
I'm with you, bro.
This is the IRS number again,
21.7.
7, 0.13,
Mm-hmm.
0.3,
Point two or point?
0.2,
Right.
0.7. You can read it back.
Okay, IRS code 21.7.13.3.2. Is there more?
0.7.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, hold on.
That's not the same number from you first gave the first time?
No.
No, sir. I ain't got it in there.
Yeah, this is
Gotcha.
the first one.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
This is what you call the foreign entities, definitions and instructions.
Okay, hold on. This is called what?
Foreign entities.
Foreign entities and instruction.
Foreign entities dash definitions and instructions.
Dash definitions
And instructions.
and instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, and I'll add the paste the number. Okay, and I will save and post. There it is, family. IRS code 21.7.13.3.2.7. Is that right, Professor?
Good. That's correct, sir. Let's get along with the show. Now, please listen up. Domestic corporations, partnership, or disregarded entities. Any business entity created or organized must do so under the laws of the express trust jurisdiction, which is common law jurisdiction. You have been setting up your corporation, LLC, partnership, or sole proprietor with the Secretary of State. If you give the documents to the Secretary of State, the Secretary of State will keep the documents and then give you a document saying it has been incorporated and you are the Secretary of the corporation. Now, do you see what happened? You went from being the owner of the corporation to a mere Secretary of President. You gave up ownership to the Secretary of State when he kept your original foundational paperwork. That's what you all been doing.
Wow.
You've not been putting up under the trust. So it can be as a disregarded entity so you don't have the tax. Man, listen. I keep trying to tell y'all just hear me.
No, bro. No. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, brother Muhammad. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm studying.
It becomes foreign and protected when you put it under the common law jurisdiction of the express trust. This is a foreign corporation like your express trust. Domestic trust. Listen up now. Your social security number is under this trust. Domestic trust. Any municipal county court comes under the jurisdiction of the 1871 District of Columbia Organic Act. Therefore, this means if your trust comes under the laws of the United States or any laws of the state, the court can exercise primary supervision over the administration of the trust, and one or more U.S. persons have the authority to control all substantial decisions of the trust. Now, when I do your declaration of trust, I'm telling you, you don't have no U.S. person as your trustee. You have a foreign trustee, which will be somebody like me, because I have proof that I'm a foreign trustee. And I control all substantial decisions of the trust because I'm foreign. Do you all got to get it, understand why you need that court order?
Yes, sir.
To make you foreign. You must be foreign in order to do all this stuff I'm telling you. Don't let nobody else tell you. I'm doing this stuff. In your express trust declaration, the foreign trustee, Alfred Muhammad Bey, acting herein as trustee foreign, having veto power and more than mere passive power over all additional trustees and authorized persons, and shall have exclusive authority to control all substantial decisions. I can do that. In other words, if anybody call me and they want to ask me questions, I simply tell them I would love to answer your question, but I'm not under your jurisdiction, and that would be violation of trust property and violation of trust law. I can't disclose who's a U.S. person. I'm foreign, they are a U.S. person.
Wow.
I I don't care if he's a banker, a judge, a lawyer. It doesn't make any difference. All of those are what you call foreign agents. They fall up under the big corporation called the United States. I'm not under that, according to my court order. Do y'all understand what I'm saying when I say you need to be foreign?
Brother, foreign means you indigenous and you ain't inside McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. Am I saying it right?
Foreign trust.
Yeah.
Foreign means that you own the land that McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King is sitting on.
Fact. The express trust is foreign because it comes under common law jurisdiction, and its primary place of business is Taiwan, with a foreign address and a telephone number.
Now, let me say this. Like Baraka brought up the word pimp, you supposed to be pimping McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Instead, they pimping you because you gave up your birthrights as a noble status. Am I right, Professor Bay?
Facts.
Thank you, Baraka.
Excuse me, sir.
If your estate comes under the laws of the United States or any law of the state, the court can exercise primary supervision over the administration of the estate, and one or more, see again, U.S. persons have the authority to control all substantial decisions of the estate. Now, when they talk about U.S. person, in this case, they talk about them damn judges and those probate courts judges. This is the U.S. persons that they are talking about that will control your trust. Now, foreign estate, listen up. It becomes foreign and protected when you put it under the common law jurisdiction of the express trust. Furthermore, it is talking about your estate income, of which from sources outside the United States, which is not effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business within the United States. Now, hey,
I'm right here.
I have to use them fingers a little bit, buddy, because I'm going through them now.
Okay, hold on. Ready.
I want to make sure they find these. Okay, Title 26, USC.
Uh-huh.
Section.
Uh-huh.
701. I'm going to say 7701.
Okay, hold on. 7701.
01.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now in parentheses, small letter A.
In parentheses, hold on.
Small letter A.
Parentheses, those are two dashes, right?
Yeah, the little curve. One go to the left.
Oh, okay. Parentheses, small letter A.
And then parentheses again, number 26.
Okay, so I make another parenthesis and put 26 in.
Yes.
Okay. And I copy that. And I post it. And now I add it to the banner.
And then you're going to do the other one. It's going to be almost the same, but it's going to be A in parentheses and then 31.
Okay, hold on. Let me put this in. Paste. Okay. And the next one, title
26, same thing.
26.
USC.
USC.
Section 7701.
Section 7701.
And in parentheses, small letter A.
A.
And in parentheses again, number 31.
31. Okay.
And as I go on, I give you the rest. But let's deal with these two.
Okay, hold on. Let me save and post. Foreign entities definition instruction, IRS code 21-7-13-3-2-7.
And let me go give you this. Let me go give you this other one too. I'm gonna do this quick. Type 26 USC.
Okay, hold on. Type title again.
26 USC.
Oh, I ran out. So let me just hold on, save. And what I'll do is create a new banner. Title 26
USC
USC
section
section
861
861
in parentheses small letter A
A
in parentheses number 3
number 3
and in parentheses small letter I.
and small letter I.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now
Scroll
we'll
across
deal
the
with those
bottom.
3 for right now.
Add. We show. Okay, got it.
All right. Now, I want you all to listen up, family, because this is going to be a little shocking to you. Now, I said to you about the source where your income comes from. Now, that first title, Title 26 USC Section 7701, small letter A in parentheses and in parentheses number 26. It says, you must keep in mind that trade or business is defined in Title 26 USC Section 7701A26 as a function of a public office in the government. Did you all hear that?
Say it again, brother.
That title means the function of a public office in the government. So in other words, if you are a public official that holds a public office in the government, then your source of income comes from the United States as a trade or business. So that don't even apply to you all. Let me go to the next one. That's why I wanted you to put it in there so they can look it up and read it themselves. Now, those not engaged are a foreign estate pursuant to Title 26 USC Section 7701A2. So when they're not engaged in a trade or business, those are not engaged are a foreign estate. So if you got your foreign estate set up, and you're the one, and you're not holding a public office as a public official, then this is why you do business under that foreign estate. Because this income does not arise from the United States.
This is
Title
fast.
26 USC, Section 861, A3, letter I, small letter I, earning from labor of non-resident alien not engaged in a trade or business and working in the United States are not deemed to be income from sources within the United States. Did y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? You see, that's why I wanted you to put it in the chat.
Shoot.
Earnings from your labor, family, of non-resident aliens, somebody like me, not engaged in a trade of business. I told you, a trade of business meaning anyone who holds a public official who's holding a public office, that's when you're doing a trade or business and working in the United States. But if you're a non-resident alien, see, you can be right here in this landmass, but you're not engaged in a trade or business because you're not a public official holding a public office and working in the United States. You are not deemed to have income from sources within the United States.
Brother Muhammad Bey, let me interject. Somebody asked in the chat, is this in a book that we can buy? Black and Silver, you can invest in your freedom by having a private consultation with Professor Bey.
Also tell them, this is why I got you putting it into the chat. It's in the IRS manual. That is the book. Go and look them codes up. Title 26 USC. That's the whole IRS book on definitions and all of this stuff I'm giving you now. That is the book. Let's go on, Hank.
Continue, please.
Title 26, Hank, USC.
Uh-oh, another one? Hold on.
Yeah, it's a couple of more.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
They're all the same when you get to the numbers.
Title 26
USC.
USC. Go ahead.
Section 3401.
Section 3401.
Small a in parentheses, number 6 in parentheses.
Okay, let me copy that.
We're going to go to the next.
Hold on. Okay, and add that to the banner. Y'all, you're not getting this anywhere except right here, Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids, and Professor Bay. Okay, now I'm going to
Title
save.
26 again, USC, same thing.
Oh, we got another one. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you got another one after that one, too.
Okay, title
26 USC.
26 USC. Section
1402.
1402.
Small letter B in parentheses.
Small letter B in parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
No, go one more. I'm doing it by threes. You're going to have this one, and then I got another section of threes, and that'll be it.
Go ahead.
Okay, Title 26 USC.
Title 26 USC. Section
864.
864.
Small letter B in parentheses.
Small letter B in parentheses.
Number 1 in parentheses.
Number 1 in parentheses.
And uppercase A in parentheses.
And uppercase A in parentheses.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Now we're going to deal with these three. Got it?
Okay, save and post. I'm showing it now.
Thank you, sir.
Now, hold on. Family, look what the brother is dropping on you tonight. And those who listen to this, I know y'all going to listen to this more than once. Be generous. He's being generous with his energy, with his time. Cash App, Alfred Thompson, dollar bill, Moores 33054. Give the brother support. He's giving you liberation. Go ahead, brother.
Thank you, sir. Okay, family. Title 26 USC Section 3401 A6. Non-resident alien do not earn wages. Did y'all hear that? See, if you in my status, you would not be earning wages. So that means if you ain't earning wages, they can't tax you.
Baraka,
Right.
we hit the gold mine Baraka, having Professor Bay on this show.
Yeah, for
We
real.
salute
I
you,
see
brother.
it.
We salute you.
For real.
Title 26 USC Section 1402. Letter B. Listen to it. Non-resident alien, it's just me again, do not earn self-employment income. Y'all don't hear me?
Say that one more time, Brother Muhammad.
Non-resident aliens, somebody like me, who's born in the United States, do not earn self-employment income. If you're self-employment, you don't earn income. You just get your money straight up. Let me go.
I don't. What do you mean by you just get your money straight up? It's not income.
Non-resident aliens do not earn self-employment income. So even if you're out there working for yourself, you don't call it self-employment income. That's what it's saying.
Wow.
Title 26 USC Section 864B 1A. Earnings of non-resident alien working for a foreign employee, which he's talking about the corporation, United States, such as private employers, do not have earnings associated with a trade or business in the United States. In other words, if you're one of these companies and they're trying to ask you to do a W-2, you say, oh no, that's not to me. I give you this W-8 bin. The W-8 bin, you fall under what you call, let me find it, you're claiming tax treaties benefits. Remember, when you go back to that America's Aboriginal National, you're going back to the tax treaty benefits. Oh, y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Hank, we got 3 more. Let's put them in, Hank.
You got it, brother. Okay, let me see. I gotta hide this first. Okay, go ahead, bro.
This time it's gonna be Title 26 CFR.
26.
It's called Code Federal Regulation CFR.
Uh-huh.
Section 3401.
Uh-huh.
In parentheses, small letter A.
Mm-hmm.
In parentheses, number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Put a dash.
Go ahead.
1. Number 1.
Parentheses?
No parentheses. Number 1.
Uh-huh.
Then parentheses, small letter B.
Okay.
Gonna go to the next one. It's gonna be the same thing. Title 26 CFR section
3401 parentheses small.
No.
Oh, you got another one. Oh, this is another one.
I got another one, but it's a different from the one I just gave you.
Okay, go ahead.
It's gonna be Title 26 CFR section 1.872.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I gotta post that first. So we gotta open up another one. Show that. Now I'm going to create a banner. Okay, go ahead.
Title 26
Title 26
CFR
section
1.872 dash 2 in parentheses small letter F.
Small letter F. Or small letter F. Okay. Parentheses, small letter F.
And you got one more after this.
Go ahead.
Title 26 CFR.
Title 26 CFR. Section
1.82. I'm gonna say 1.872.
872
dash
7
in parentheses small letter A.
Small letter A.
In parentheses number 4.
Parentheses number 4.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then I scroll on the bottom. Add. Okay, and then we show it to you right now, family.
Oh, they waiting to heat it up.
Do it, brother. It's posted.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Title 26 CFR section 3401 in parentheses small letter A.
Oh, you got another one?
No. I'm going now.
Oh, okay.
Small letter A. In parentheses number 6. No. You ain't got to do it no more. That was it.
Okay.
I'm going over it now. So Title 26 CFR section 3401 in parentheses small letter A in parentheses number 6 dash 1 in parentheses small letter B. Remuneration. And that means payment, salary, compensation of non-resident alien outside the United States is not subject to taxation. Did y'all hear that?
I heard you.
Let me break that down for you.
Yeah.
Remuneration means payment, fee, salary, wage, compensation, recompense, pay, reward. In other words, when you work on your job as someone who's a non-resident alien like myself, outside of the United States, because you got the court order, is not subject to any tax from your job. Did y'all hear that now? Is that clear?
I heard you.
Is it clear to you now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In other words, if you have a status like mine, you go to that job and giving them documents, that court order, that W-8BN, and that letter from Social Security, this is where you fall right here. You will not be taxed, subject to any taxation from that company. They can't tax you, in other words. Keep trying to tell you. Let me go on to the next one. Title 26, CFR, Section 1.872-2, in parentheses, small letter F, as in Frank. Earnings. If y'all notice, it keeps saying non-resident alien, which that's my status. Earnings of non-resident alien outside the United States do not constitute gross income. Earnings of non-resident alien, which that's talking about me, outside the United States do not constitute gross income. So in other words, you can make all the money you want. Title 26 CFR, Section 1.872-7, in parentheses, small letter A, in parentheses, number 4. Listen up. Non-resident alien, talking about me again, not engaged in a trade or business. I explained to you what trade or business means. Only if you're a public official holding a public office, then you're doing trade or business. Non-resident alien not engaged in a trade or business earns no gross income. All right, y'all got a chance to pull them up in the IRS. See, the IRS can be your good friend if you know how to read their stuff. All right, Hank. I got one more I need you to put in.
Okay, hold on. Let me light it up.
Light it up. Because I know they mouth salivating right now. I told you I was going to bring something heavy to you.
Okay.
You ready?
Go.
21.
Uh-huh.
0.7. 0.13. 0.3. 0.2. 0.7. 0.1.
Now what is that?
Foreign entities, person/person. I want to make sure you get this one. Foreign entity, /person.
Foreign entity.
Well, entities plural. ENTITIES.
Got it.
Entity.
Uh-huh.
/
persons. Not
required
uh-huh.
to file
Uh-huh.
a U.S. tax return.
All right.
Oh, he's saying, all right, boy, you know they're going to be up tonight.
Freedom.
Okay, starting it from the foreign entities / persons not required to file a U.S. tax return, and I didn't put any space in between them.
No, you good. Now.
And then the numbers, hold on, and then the numbers 21.7.13.3.2.7.1.
That's correct.
Okay, posting.
Now, what that means, if you're foreign like me, You're not required to file a U.S. tax return. See, when you set that trust up, now your trust can file, but it won't file the 1040, it'll file the 1041 when you're in your proper status. I got to keep emphasizing that one. When you're in your proper status to trust and got that court order. Now, let me go on into it. Number one, foreign corporations and individuals not engaged in a trade or business in the United States and foreign partnerships, foreign trusts, and foreign estates that do not have gross income, that is, or is treated as effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business are not required to obtain an EIN number unless they otherwise have United States source income on which the tax liability was not fully satisfied by the withholding of tax at the source. However, a foreign entity may need an EIN to comply with IRS withholding regulation or to claim tax treaty benefits. In this case, the taxpayer should complete Form SS4 form as shown below. Now, what they were saying here, as a foreign entity, you need that 98 number because now you're going to be complying with the IRS withholding regulation. But what you're doing, remember I told you, once you're foreign, you're claiming tax treaty benefits. Okay? Now, letter A. We're talking about the SS4 form now. Letter A, line 7B. Provide an ITIN or SSN if appropriate. Otherwise, write NA. So you will write NA in there. Now, letter B, line 10 of the SS4 form. Check the compliance with IRS withholding regulation box. For in case of claiming treaty benefits, check the other box and specify on the line for tax treaty purposes only. So in other words, when I show you how to fill out that SS4 form, on line number 10, you're going to check the other box that says other, and you're going to put on specify on that line for tax treaty purposes only. Letter C, line 11 through 17, you enter NA. Now, number 2, listen to what it says. Now, see, the IRS is clear. Letter C says, he says, then now, establish these entities on the 0 file. So you see, you won't be filing. Number 3, if the foreign entity, individual, above receives a letter from the IRS, listen up, soliciting the filing of a U.S. tax return, the foreign entity, individual, should respond to the letter immediately by stating that it has no requirements to file any U.S. tax return. So in other words, you must answer them. Failure to respond to the IRS letter may result in a procedural assessment of tax by the IRS against the foreign entity. So you must answer. Only thing you got to simply tell them, hey, I'm not required to file any U.S. tax. I'm not a U.S. person.
That's some deep stuff, baby.
Now, on the SS4 form, line 10, for tax treaty purpose only, this is talking about the WAN form that you are connecting back with Morocco. Back to the land, family.
All right.
Now, I am going to explain what the WAN means. I'm going to break it down. It is obvious to me that they know more about religion than we ever know because they did not teach us true religion as it relates to commerce. We have been taught lots of doctrine or system of belief. Now, The W in Arabic means Allah. That's what the W mean in the W8 letter. The number 8 in Egyptian hieroglyphics means infinity. If you lay it horizontal, the 8 is infinity. Just like you see that car, infinity car, you see how that 8 is like it's lying horizontal? That's infinity. The word bin in Arabic and Hebrew means sun. So then you have, now you say, God's infinite son. Allah infinite son. See? So the only way to heaven is through Allah or God infinite son. Why is the IRS using religious terms? They follow it to the letter and taught you and me how not to follow the ancient books of our ancestors. So we have been miseducated by doctrine and a system of beliefs. By doing this, you are asking redemption to be put on the zero file and not taxed by going through Allah, our God infinite son called the W8B. Did you all hear what I just said?
You know, they're going to have to play this back again and again. Period.
I am informing and showing you the way to get out. Now, listen to this. The difference between the Jews and us, yeah, I said Jews and us, is that the Jews know this stuff. Listen to it now.
Now, let's be real specific. European Khazar Jews,
Yes,
European
sir.
Jews.
And the Fasadic Jews, all of them. Furthermore, this is why they are already in their COFR accounts, the Comprehensive Annual Finance Report accounts, flowing through the synagogues, because they have Jewish spiritual names that are already tied to the synagogues that owns all the stuff under the main trust with the 9-8 number. Oh, you all don't hear me?
No, I hear you, bro.
Let me say it one more time. Now the difference between the Jews and us is that the Jews know this stuff. Further, this is why they are already in their COFR accounts flowing through the synagogue, because they have Jewish spiritual names that are already tied to the synagogue that owns all the stuff under the main trust with the 9-8 number. So y'all will be able to read between the lines. Why do you think I keep telling you all to go into the trust, man, but y'all dragging your damn feet? Don't you want to be free?
Yes, sir.
Hell to the yeah.
But you can't do it if you ain't acting on what I'm telling you. And you wonder how these Jews riding all these expensive cars, live good on the water, beachfront, got a home here in New York, one in Jersey, one in Florida, and you wonder how they live so good. Everyone's family trust is under the main trust, which is the synagogue. Did you hear that? So all of them who has a family trust, they put it up under the synagogue. Keep that money from them. And this is how they control their people when they get out of hand. So when they get out of hand, they pull the plug on them. We need to have our express trust set up the same way. Everyone's family trust will go under the main trust, which is the Aborigine Moors tribal trust. You and I must take off the old man and woman and put on the new man and woman. And be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you must say be, and it is. This is tapping into your God power within. I said to you earlier when I read to you from the Quran, you are a spiritual being having a communication in your spiritual form. So you're the spiritual man within, covered up in a fleshly body, but I'm communicating with you right now. We must not continue to allow past doctrine and system of belief to hinder us from our onward march to freedom, justice, and title of nobility. A lot of us Moors are teaching erroneous teaching, which does not move us forward to becoming independent nation states. That's the express trust again. Our teaching people are to perfect change in their life so we do not repeat history again. I am trying to take this legal jargon and teach it to you so you and I can become one with nature and change the world within and around us. Now, going over this manual seems convoluted and hard, but I know I can make it fair seeming to you, to your mind and thought process. But you must go through a brainwashing to do away with the old doctrine and system of belief. You and I need a brainwashing.
I say you need a psychedelic lobotomy. Facts.
And I'm talking about take out all that old doctrine, that old system of belief, and you're getting a brainwash. That's what I mean.
You heard him, family? Mr. Bay, 33169 at gmail.com. Phone number 786-624-8257. He's giving you an appetizer. Some of y'all asking for more in the chat. Call him for a consultation. He's reasonable and you're worth it. I want to thank you, Professor Bay.
Let me slide this little past this party in and I'm done.
Oh, he got one for the road for y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now on the graph, the IRS on the graph of the IRS manual, it says entity IRC, which is the individual. When you see it, you see IRC, the IRS, the Internal Revenue Code. That's what it means. The IRC means Internal Revenue Code, Section 7701. Title 26 is the IRS manual. So if you look up Title 26 USC 7701, you will find the same definition. All of this is synonymous one to the other. So the IRS code and Title 26 is the same. Now that's y'all homework. Go and look up all that I had to put into all of them titles, and now that's going to make you now want to come forward and do your trust so you can become non-resident alien to the United States Corporation.
Again, Mr. Bay, 33169 at gmail.com. 786-624-8257. Cash App, Alfred Thompson. $ Moors 33054. I want to thank you again, brother.
And thank you again, my brother, for having me. I appreciate for everybody who was listening. Don't hesitate to do your trust. I gave you more than enough. If you don't do anything with that, then I don't know what else to tell you.
Tell you, you better call him. That's what I'll tell you. And listen to it again and again so that you can get your miseducation aligned, because you know you need a lobotomy. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want
Brother Baraka, Brother Hank.
Thank you, brother.
Once again.
And thank you, Brother Baraka and family. Be blessed, be safe, and thrive. Say often. Say often. Say. Baraka, I'm trying to close out and this computer's acting strange. Say often.